got some wool stabbing action going on. Very satisfying. So this is called needle felting, and essentially what you do is you take, this is wool, this is just undyed white wool that you can get, it's called roving, you can get it from any craft store. You can use it to stuff quilts, or you can use it to spin into actual yarn, or you can get it to intentionally cause it to turn into big mats, and that's what felting is. So there's multiple ways you can do felting. You can do wet felting, which is essentially just getting it wet and adding some heat and friction to get it to mat together. Or you can get this needle, long, gnarly looking thing, and it has little notches taken out of it, so it's kind of barbed. And what happens is you stab it into the wool repeatedly, and the notches catch the fibers and kind of force them to knot together. And you can essentially form it into sculptures like this, which is the first one that I ever made with no instructions and no pattern, just kind of screwing around. Still need to put arms on it. The legs are made with a paper clip that I stole from work. So I still need to finish that one, but for this one I think I'm gonna make something simple. Just to get back into the habit of it, because I haven't done it in a while. And I almost always start with just plain white roving for the base, because it's cheap and plentiful. And then essentially what I'll do is, once I have the initial shape with this, I'll get some of my colored roving in whatever I want to work with, and then I'll just coat it in that to get the color that I want. So I'm not using the more expensive colored roving for all the filler, essentially. But anyhow, yes, how are you? I'm sorry that I had to cut the stream short last night. Couldn't really be avoided. You know, children need to be tended to. So essentially I have this thing, which is called the wool buddy, and it's your buddy when you're working with wool. It's basically just a thick pad of felted wool itself. That's all it is. Just a big thick pad of wool, so you can stab into it. You can leave your needle in it when you need to put it somewhere so you don't poke yourself. And when you're stabbing through stuff, you're not damaging anything. Yeah, so I am going to order a craft mat, a nice purple craft mat, and that's gonna go here, because my desk is extremely beat up. This is an old IKEA desk I've had for a long time, and it has seen better days, and I realize it looks kind of gross and janky. It's well loved. It still works fine, so I'm not gonna replace it, but I do need to get a better covering for it. Usually it's not an issue, because usually my tablet goes here, see, and you can see here, you can see the wear and tear on my tablet surface. This area right here is where I usually work. That's where the drawing happens, so it's all scratched up and worn out. You can also see my extremely worn out stylus, like the paint is coming off. The nib is in need of replacement soon. Even the eraser end is kind of like, not focused, but it's kind of like worn down. So yeah, I use my stuff until I can't use it anymore. And the cats are playing in boxes, so we get sound effects tonight. But yeah, I mean, I have more desk space now than I used to, so this is a lot more doable than it would have been in the past. I am going to get a proper work light. Right now I'm just using an old IKEA desk lamp that I have that you can, like, adjust. but it's not ideal and it throws off a lot of heat because it's not LED. So I got some money for Christmas and I'm gonna be getting my chair and a light and a craft mat. And then we should be good for a proper craft stream setup. Craft bat! Craft bat! Oh my god! So yes, I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight. I think at least an hour. I might go longer than that, because I really feel bad about last night. But we will see. I'm going to try to make something that's not just a blob. And you can see my nice sweater with the cabling. Woo! I'm also going to be doing knitting. But I'm not doing knitting tonight, because that requires patterns, and I don't have a pattern in mind. But here's a crab. Here's a plastic crab. This crab holds my stylus when I'm not using it in front of my monitor. It's a pen holder. And I will show you it in action if I can pick it up properly. So that's my crab. But he's going over there for now to hold my stylus because I'm not using it. My tablet's not even plugged in right now. Also, I don't know what this music is. I found a copyright-free Christmas music playlist on Spotify, so I just threw that on real quick because I didn't feel like digging for anything. If you're concerned about what happens if I stab myself, it will happen. I have done it before, and I will absolutely do it again. I have in this kit, this is my felting toolkit, I have these. This is a leather thimble. And you slide it on your finger. Like that. It looks beautiful. I don't like these though. I like to be able to feel what I'm doing, and this does not help that. I also have these cool scissors. So those are cool. And it came with a glue stick. But I don't have a glue gun, so... And also, these are all needles that go in this thing. Oh, and it has an awl. This is just a sharp piece of metal that you can use to just punch holes in stuff. But it's not a needle. So, if I'm looking down, like I'm looking down at what I'm doing right now, Face Rig seems to be handling it okay. I just look like I'm looking down. So, I mean, seems to work. Yeah, they are like sheep shearing scissors, and that makes sense because you're working with wool. So my idea tonight was to get back in the practice of doing needle felting and testing how it works out on stream. I was going to essentially make kind of a egg-shaped thing out of this, and then I was gonna make like a very simple kind of like chunky bat. Or at least try to. I don't have a pattern. I don't have any instructions. I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see where we go. And armless, unfinished felt Gomi will sit here and supervise. I should add one of those commands for like some people that do crafts and stuff, they have a command whenever they hurt themselves. I should have one of those. Oh yeah, so I've had issues with things not being delivered. Um, but ever since that happened, I have been like extremely vigilant whenever I have packages coming in. And today I actually had a package that I did order, gifts from my kid, come in. So I was already on the lookout when for some reason, okay, so the USPS person came by today 3 times. One of the times, oh, I have coffee by the way. Um, one of the times was at 7:30 in the morning, and that's when my packages arrived. And I was like, "Wait, why do I have two?" And I was like, "Oh shit." But that was a very pleasant surprise. Yeah, counting the number of times I stabbed myself because it's going to happen. It's happened before. Like, let's see if we can get focus on this. You can't really see it because the notches are so small, but this is very sharp and it has a kind of like a barb kind of situation going on. So it's not fun to poke yourself with. So I will try to avoid doing that, but now I need to focus again. This is a manual focus camera, so it's not going to do it automatically. I'm going to try not to because I don't like poking myself with this. It's not fun, it doesn't feel good. And I don't want to get blood on the wool. But if it happens, it happens. You know, we'll just deal with it. Sacrifice, I guess. So see, the more I stab it, the more of a ball it's become, because it's essentially tangling with itself, and depending on where I force it to tangle up, I can manipulate the shape it takes. But also, as time goes on, it's going to get smaller because it's going to become more dense. There's going to be less space in between the fibers. So I might end up having to grab some more out of this bag of roving and add more to the outside of it to make it bigger. Well, I already know how to knit and crochet. I'm fairly competent at both of those, and I'm mostly self-taught with those, so I already have a lot of access and familiarity with yarn and fiber in general. And I also like sculpture, but I don't have access to like a kiln for like clay, or like, you know, a spinning wheel or anything like that, or just the room to make a mess with clay. Sculpey is fine, but it's not the same to me. And I don't have access to facilities for woodworking, but I still want to do sculpture. And you've heard me whine about learning how to sculpt in 3 dimensions before, like with like Blender or whatever. But I can stab wool pretty much anywhere I want, as long as I have room for this little pad and, you know, material. And make something. Something 3-dimensional, something physical, something tactile, like this. So I was like, well, I already know how to use fiber. Why not? And I got a little starter kit that had the tools and had, let me dig it out. Basically a big Ziploc bag full of various roving samples. So I bought that for like 20 bucks. And, yeah. And I made this. So. I like to make things. I like to create things. And the funny thing is this Wool Buddy pad, which is, honestly, if you're gonna do this, get one of these. It's a good investment, and it lasts a long time. This Wool Buddy pad cost about as much as the kit full of the tools and the roving. It was like almost 20 bucks on its own. Thinking about it now, I kind of wish I got a purple one, but the purple one is more like a very light pinkish purple, and I wanted like a purple. But, you know, whatever. Green's fine. Also, now that you can see my hands, you will notice that I talk with my hands a lot. Lots of gestures. All the time. Doesn't matter if I'm talking to... I do this when I'm talking on stream even though you can't see my hands. Hello, Richie! You are here in time to see me stab things. It's dead. It's dead. Pistachio pinwheel shortbread cookies. Wow, that sounds amazing. I wish I wasn't allergic to pistachios now. If you're making circles with wool, you can roll it in your palms to kind of get it to take more of a ball shape, and it saves time. Oh, also, I'm representing my pride flag today. There are other tools like this. This is a very simple one. It's just a wooden peg, the hole in it, and another wooden peg with a notch cut out of the side that you attach the needle to, and then you plug it in there. There are ones of these that have multiple needles, so you can stab a bigger area. Someday I will get one of those, but I don't have one for now. This is the only one that I have. Yeah, it's kind of like a tattoo thing. And also I have a tattoo machine, and I might potentially, if there's interest, I might set that up and practice on some silicone sheets that I can order. I never intend to use this tattoo machine on humans. I am not trained for that, but I will poke drawings into silicone. I just need to dig it out. I have not used it in a long time because I did not feel safe having it out with a small child, and at the time I got it, my kid was a toddler, so that was a big safety no-no. So see how it's become more of a ball, and it's smaller? It's much more dense now. So I think I'm actually going to need to add a little more roving to the outside, because I don't want it quite this small. So this is what the roving looks like by itself. Like when you just pull it off of the hank, they call them, in the package. It's fluff. It's just wool fluff. But you can stretch it out, and you can spread it out If you do this and then you stab it, you can make it into a flat sheet. If you kind of gather it into a crude shape, you can turn it into like a cylinder or whatever you need to make it into. It's pretty versatile, ultimately, if you just want to make little, small, soft, sculptural things. And they can be really simple, or they can be more complex. You can use pipe cleaners for armatures, and skeletons for stuff, if you want to have them hold their shape a little better. Like, on this one, I didn't have any pipe cleaner at the time, so I used paper clips, but the wool doesn't cling to paper clips as well, so getting this to wrap around the metal, the bare metal, was actually kind of a pain. The body itself doesn't have any kind of skeleton. There's no pipe cleaner or wire or anything in there. It's just wool. And I made the head separately from the body, and then I connected them. So there's actually a little bit of like wobble here because it's just been felted together. And you can kind of see the joint where the neck is. So see, it's already felted on there, so it won't unwrap. It's already connected. So it's not perfectly spherical. It's got some lumpiness to it, but we can fix that. We can smooth it out. It is knife culture of crafts. I mean, I guess the next best thing would be whittling, because that actually is knives. But I haven't done whittling in a long time. And I don't really want to use knives at my desk. If I had like an actual dedicated workshop with like a workbench and shit, I might do that. But alright, so I could work with this size, but I think I want it bigger. We're gonna get an even bigger piece of roving and add it. Gonna make a nice nest for it, plop it in the middle. If you're not using the thimbles to protect your fingers from pokes, the best thing to do, kind of like when you're cutting stuff with a knife, like, you know, the rules to knife work in cooking. You always make sure that your fingernails are the part that's facing where you're working with the needle. So if you do stab yourself, you're going to hit fingernail instead of flesh. Because you're much less likely to have it sink in that way. Whose trip? Who went on a trip? I went to my father-in-law's house, which is about 25 minutes away, I think, give or take. It was alright, you know. We have not had a chance to go visit much at all this year, so, you know, we hung out, had a little bit of food. He got to open presents, including a toy drone. Not like a serious one, not one of the super expensive ones that like YouTubers have to take their panoramic shots or whatever, but like a toy drone for kids. And that thing sounds like a million hellish mosquitoes flying all at once. It is very loud. If you want evidence of me caffeinating, if you do the channel point redemption, I have coffee. So feel free to use those moths. Caffeinate? Why don't you say so? Usually, the coffee is in this thing. This is my mug. And it's very big. But it's also customized, so. And that was a gift to myself. Was it? I can't remember if it was in 2018 or 2019, but yeah, that was a gift to myself. And I also have this. The beanbag. Yep, ripping open the juice box. Totally not a reference to the things that are legal in certain states and not legal in others. So I'm sorry if the table kind of, you know, wobbles a little bit and makes the camera shake a little bit when I'm stabbing stuff. I can't help that. I don't have any possible way to provide enough shock absorption to avoid the vibration from my desk. Yeah, it's a cozy impromptu makeup / test stream. It's its own genre. I mean, I could add a fart command. It wouldn't be me farting though. I can't do that on command. So I just have it activate a sound effect. But we already have a fart sound effect, so. Oh, Gomi's drunk. So Gomi's gonna take a nap now. So now, do I just want to attach ears and put a face on this and add wings to the add wings to this, or do I want to put a head on it and make this the body? Or this could be the head and I could make an even bigger one and have that be the body. It does look like cotton candy, but if you try to take a bite out of this, you're just gonna get hair in your mouth. It's a snowball. The weird, hairy snowball. I mean, if I make a head and make a body, it's gonna take longer, and we might not finish it on stream. I mean, we might not finish it on stream anyway. Now, it's got a mullet. Yeah, see, it's got hair. It's a mullet. See? I've got all kinds of colors, but I figured I would do something a little more natural for this one. Just because, you know, I'm just kind of screwing around. And I want to use my really nice colors for this. Saving those. Also, one of my friends who spins spins yarn out of wool, gave me a big box of basically like little samples of different colors, like really nice colors, like reds and purples and blues and greens and stuff, and they're very shiny, but I want to save those for nice things. up, and then I sound like a cartoon skeleton. Oh, that's just black. I'm not gonna, I mean, for the face stuff, but I'm not gonna just use black. This was probably going to be generic, because I'm mostly just doing this as a test and for practice, because I haven't done needle felting in a hot minute. So you can actually kind of see, sort of, down here, you can see some of the indentations from where it's been stabbed. And right now, because I'm felting it flat, it actually sticks a little bit to the wool buddy, and you kind of got to peel it off. The cool thing about needle felting is you can start off with something very basic and you can add on to it. So like if you do something like this is going to be an ear, like you can already see the ear shape developing, but I'm going to start off small and simple, and then essentially what I can do is if I want to add more details or I want to fill it out or, you know, whatever, I can just add more roving. And if you screw something up and you want to remove it, you cut it off, and then you refelt it. Like the closest thing you can get to a Control Z. See, we've got a very basic ear. Just from a couple minutes of stabbing some wool. So, we could just have a little bat ball with ridiculously huge ears, or we could make this a head. Oh yeah, it's just, you just literally just stabbing something with a really gnarly needle. I have wool stuck to me. Help. Help. It's stuck. That song, the Santa voice with the artificial like deepening, sounded very creepy and threatening. Oh yeah, I can sew. I hand sew. Um, I've also used sewing machines, I just don't have one right now. And yes, I've stabbed myself doing that too. Hello, Ragazzo Kane. Thank you for following. And if I mispronounce that, I'm sorry. I tried my best. Yeah, that's why thimbles exist. But thimbles, are uncomfortable to wear. They make your finger really sweaty. And you can't feel what you're doing. So it kind of sucks. These kinds of thimbles especially make your finger very sweaty. I would not do that without the thimble on. I guess very gently. This one's actually kind of dulling out a little bit because I've used it a lot. But the brand new ones, watch out because they're dangerous. So this is coming along. Now the only problem is I'm gonna have to make another one that matches this. I'm trying to give them kind of like a concave nature by rolling the outside edges inwards and then felting them in place to kind of make like ridges on the outside, so there's like an inset kind of area in the middle. Yeah, but putting bugles on your fingers is fun. Just like putting like black olives on your fingers as a kid. I can't do that anymore. My fingers are too big. Yeah, I don't see bugles very often either. I do see them sometimes, but not that often. I don't think they're very popular anymore. Not with all these newfangled chips and things like Takis. I really love Takis. That is a fairly respectable ear so far, considering we haven't spent that much time on it. It's not done yet. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It looks like an ear. It looks like it would belong on a fuzzy wool bat. So, before I attach it, I need to make another one to go with it. So, I'm going to keep it here as reference. So that I know what the size dimension I need is going to be. I'm also going to roll up my sleeves a little bit because I'm working. Now you can see my tattoos. Ah, tattoos! One of them is kind of beat up and needs touch up, but I don't care enough. That's the problem with getting tattoos on your arms or your hands, especially if you use your arms and your hands a lot. Your tattoos are gonna get fucked up. Those are scars that took the ink out. It happens. I think this might be too much wool. Did I use this much for the last one? Or less? I can't remember. Oops. I'll start with less, and if I need more, I'll just add more. Tentacles! I haven't- okay. So, I did, as a joke, I can't show it on stream, but I have needle felted something other than, like, an anthropomorphic animal. I've needle felted a pito. But I've never done a tentacle. Yeah. I'll show you later. I have pictures. It's actually sitting in my plastic bin that has all of my needle felting roving and stuff, and some of my knitting stuff. But I can't show it on camera, I'll get banned. It turned out pretty well, though. It turned out pretty well. It's not attached to anything, it's just by itself. It's like about that tall, maybe that tall? It's like an inch and a half. Thank you, Skelly, for 3 months of subscribing. I'm glad you're here for this content. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tier 3 bat butt. Getting the good stuff. That's how you know you're in an exclusive club. You have access to the butt. That's one of the reasons why I did that one tier 3 is because I figured there was only going to be a certain type of person that would be motivated to subscribe at that tier for that emote. Meanwhile, I use it all the time. If I can. One of the things I'm thinking about doing, because I also have bit emote slots left that I have not put anything into. You know how people have the gasm emotes? I don't personally like that kind of thing, but I know other people do. I was thinking about making one of those of my bat and putting it under the highest bit tier, which I don't remember how much it is. I think it's like 10k? But yeah, so if somebody really, really wants that, they can pay for it. Well, I mean for affiliates. I'm not a partner, so I can't get the really, really expensive ones. Oh, thank you, Richie. I appreciate that. But I was thinking about making one of those and putting it to the highest bit tier, so if somebody really, really wants that, they can pay for it. Because otherwise, I'm not really down with those. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I think about. Just, you know, at random. The scream emoji did come out great, and I think it's gonna get a lot of use. There's a lot of situations that's appropriate for. I think I used a little more wool than this. So I am gonna need to add a little more, I think. It's already roughly the same size, but it is not as substantial. That's fine. Yes, if you are a subscriber, you get the coffee cup badge, and as you keep going, like as your how many months you've been subscribed goes up, you get more detail to it. Because I'm drinking coffee all the time. Because I'm up late, because I'm always drinking coffee, as you can see from this extremely large custom bat mug that is always with me, and still has coffee in it from this morning. Because I am a goblin and didn't wash it out before I left. And I have the dunk. Pumpkin. Cream only, no sugar. I don't put sugar in this. That's also why we got the sip. One of the things I was considering for channel points was coffee or coffee beans, but I decided to go with moths instead. So that's why I did the subscriber badges at as a coffee cup. Also, I mean, you know, night crew, right? Coffee facilitates night crew. Also, I'm really interested in getting that Cafe Bustelo sponsorship. I don't even know if they do that, but I am tempted to like reach out and be like, "Hey, I drink a lot of your coffee. I will shill for you." I get notifications, and it it sucks because I get the little notification thing. I'm like, oh, what's that? Did I get gifted a sub or something? Did something good happen? And it's like, hey, by the way, there's sports happening. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. When do I ever watch sports on here? Leave me alone. Alright, so we went through that. Alright. We need some more canned Christmas. Public domain Christmas songs. That sounds good. And it's 3 hours and 5 minutes. Alright, sure. Why not? Yeah, yeah. Super Mega Baseball or something. I don't remember what it's called. The one that Dankwraith was playing. That's the only sport on here I'm interested in. Also, I wish Dankwraith would play more of that because I want to see what the Myastodons are up to and the Hot Corners. One of the teams, I think. See, now I'm there's a very small gap between my fingers that I'm working in, so the likelihood of the threat level going up is very high right now. Hello, bilingual me. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. You may see me stab myself. Maybe. I tried some of those wannabe Taki Doritos, since we're talking about Doritos. The limon flamin' hot ones. They're okay. But they're no Taki. They're too thin. The chip itself is too thin, and for some reason it doesn't seem like it holds the flavor as well. So if you wanted a review, there you go. It's okay. I only bought them because they were on sale at Target. Two bags for $6 or something like that, so that's why. You can always throw Doritos all over my screen, it's fine. Jeff Bezos has to come and vacuum up the mess himself, so go for it. Get old Jeffy Bezos to do some work for once. Make him earn his, what is it, like $30,000 he makes in a minute or whatever ridiculous nonsense that is. Ah, my cords are getting everywhere. See, now you're seeing some of the chaos in my desk space that happens whenever I stream. But when I'm doing digital art, you don't see it. Like, it's like peeling back the curtain a little bit so you can see my horribly beat up desk and my dirty keyboard and my cord and wire chaos. Oh yeah, I highly doubt that Jeff Bezos has ever done like an actual like manual labor job. Alright, it's time for a satisfying peel because this is stuck. So I'm gonna peel it off now. You ready? There we go. We got a little bit of peeling action. I'll make a YouTube just for wool peeling ASMR. But I'd have to get like a fancier microphone, right? They use like really fancy high-end microphones for that, don't they? I don't think my my Yeti, my beat up dirty Yeti, I don't think this is good enough. Yes, I do have one of my bat stickers on the Yeti. I also have one of the bat stickers on my external hard drive. A little bit smaller. So I'm gonna correct the shape, and then I'm going to add a little more to get it closer to this size. As far as that kind of stuff goes, like the stickers that I sent you, I did not get from Redbubble. I got them from one of those, small run printing things, like Sticker App or whatever. Sticker Mule, standout stickers, there's a few. I've found ones where they were doing like a promotional code where you could get like 50 stickers, 50 vinyl stickers for like 20 bucks or something like that instead of like 80 bucks. And I would use those and just get a run of stickers with no real plan for them. It's just like, hey, it'd be cool to have a bunch of vinyl stickers like that. And so I get it and then just kind of sits in storage until I have use for them or I give them away to people. Those Night Crew bumper stickers I was gonna sell, but I couldn't figure out the logistics of how to calculate shipping. Or what the appropriate materials would be for shipping those in like a sales kind of standpoint. Because just a regular letter envelope doesn't really cut it. I mean, it can work, but the possibility for damage is too high. And if people are paying money for it, I really don't want to risk damaged goods. Also, in terms of Redbubble, the pricing, I only get a very small cut. The majority of that goes to manufacturing and whatever their overhead is. I get a very small royalty. I think it's 20% from each sale. So if it's something small, like a sticker or something, I don't get a whole lot from that. I mean, it adds up, don't get me wrong. I've been getting regular payouts for a while now, and it's always nice. But I don't like to set my markup super high because I know that, you know, people don't have a lot of money. And you don't want to have to pay more than $20 for a shirt. That sucks. I don't like having to pay more than $20 for a shirt. And if I buy for myself from Redbubble, I don't pay any of the markup. I just pay the base manufacturing cost for the merchandise. So I don't get to pay myself. That's advice for anyone who wants to possibly do like a single item run of something like a t-shirt or something like that. You can go on Redbubble, you can upload a design, you can make it private so only you can see it, and then you can buy it at the base price with no markup. If you ever want to do that. Yep. I have a couple of designs on there that are private. They're only for me. Because, like, I wanted to buy a shirt or a sticker for myself or something. It's possible. I don't know how many people are buying their own goods off Redbubble. I might be, like, a total weirdo. Redbubble makes a lot of money. They have come a long way. I started using Redbubble in 2007 when they were still relatively new. Before that, I used a service called MySoti, which doesn't exist anymore to my knowledge. And then I switched over to Redbubble because it had more product options and a less complicated uploader for designs. Because they supported transparency, which meant that you could upload a transparent PNG, like high quality PNG of your artwork, and then you could set the background color through the product manager and not have to worry about it matching up with the product's background color. So I started using Redbubble in 2007, and I've been using it ever since, and they have only gotten better with time. I've also done some cafe press stuff, and it's okay, it's serviceable, but I find the quality kind of lacking. It's very cheap. Zazzle is the same. Zazzle is pretty cheap, or at least it used to be. I haven't used either one of those in many years, but the last time I used Cafe Press, it was okay, but yeah, Tobias is doing something. I don't know what. I think he was scratching himself. But yeah, Cafe Press's stuff is a little bit cheap. If that doesn't bother you, that's fine. You know, it works. But it's still pretty cheap. And I don't really know much about places like TeePublic is another one, and Designed by Humans is another one. I don't really know that much about those because I haven't really bought anything from those. Threadless now allows you to open up your own shops. Threadless has always had pretty decent quality, but it's always been kind of expensive. I could possibly use this camera as a cat cam. The only problem is it's manual focus, so if the cats move around, they're gonna get blurry. See, I'm doing this with my hand. It doesn't autofocus. Which is filtering swears for you? Do you have like, you have the settings so that bad words don't get through or something? Oh, did you have like you had like a profanity filter going on? So you're in like kids mode, whatever kid mode would be on Twitch. That's kind of a frightening thought. I don't want to think about kids on Twitch. Now I'm trying to figure out how I want to add the additional wool without bulking it up in the wrong like places. I guess I could try to wrap it around the back. Eat him. Eat that man. Vor him. I don't even know who that is. Like, half of the global emotes that Twitch has, like these people's faces, I don't know who any of these people are. Who are they? Hang on, I want to see what modifications I can make to the new emote. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Sorry, I don't know why that's so funny to me. Can you layer the things on? Like, if I do one with sunglasses, can I then squish it down? Damn. It would be cool if you could just stack all of them on the same emote. There you go. That's a pressed ham. Crafting? Where? Who would do crafting? That's like macaroni and glue on construction paper, right? Geeks? There's geeks on Twitch? Ew. I'm also allergic to geeks. See, with the finger thing edit, the thinking thing, it makes it look like you're making like the gag me kind of motion. Snow bat. Bats hate snow. That's why they go into like a hibernation state. Tough. Wow. Wow. Fine. I get it. You know, I could probably... Hang on. Is there a zoom? Is there a zoom on this? No, that is aperture. What is this one? Oh shit, there's zoom, but that's as close as it gets. Okay. I can get it a little closer. See stuff a little better. There. I was hoping that with New Horizons there would be bat villagers added, but I was sadly disappointed. Bug villagers would be great too, but then I guess you'd have to worry about like Flick like wanting to eat you. Yeah, but at the same time, there's octopus villagers, and yet you can catch octopi from the ocean. You know? Nearly stabbed myself in the thumb. I got my thumbnail instead of my finger. That was close. I want to know why that moth avatar in VR chat does that, because it doesn't do it for me. I mean, Flick has a really, I don't know, his fixation on the bugs makes it seem like he wants to eat them, but I could be wrong. Spotify, knock it off. I don't care about your Duracell ad. Locked anyway. Also, there's no hyena villagers in Animal Crossing yet, right? Why no yeens? Why no bats? Why no bugs? There are regular dogs. Goldie, Cherry, and I think a couple others. They're regular dogs with like floppy ears. Okay, so they're not completely uniform, but they're good enough. They're roughly the same size and shape. I think there's a dog named Cookie, too, isn't there? I'm not sure. I could be misremembering. Cookie stuff. I want cookies. So, I think those are fairly adequate bat ears so far. So attaching stuff with needle felting is as simple as holding them together and stabbing through one into the other. See? It is attached. Also, if you want some ASMR, it's very crunchy. Stab it. Let's see if my fingers can be long enough to... I don't know if you can hear it from here. But it's crunchy. There we go. We have made a bat head. So, this is going to be a very simple face. I'm not going to do anything super involved. Just because it's small and fiddly to work with, and it's just for practice, just for a test. Yes, it's because I felt like it. Exactly, you got it. You nailed it. Good one. So the We Did It Reddit, that was for the Boston Marathon bomber thing, and they thought they caught the guy, right? Okay, so, little fun factoid. Not to dox myself or anything, but the younger brother of the Boston Bombers duo was a student at the college near me where my partner used to go. And my former roommate, the one that I got the other desk and the other chair from, that I used to use, was friends with people who were friends with that guy. Because he was attending that school at the time. Yeah, weird, huh? I didn't know this guy. I didn't know any of his friends or anybody in that group, but yeah. Yeah, it's a small world sometimes. Also, one of my science teachers in middle school he was a friend of MC Hammer's. And then another middle school science teacher I had was in Mensa and a contestant on Win Ben Stein's Money at one point. Just weird shit. You run into all kinds of people. That looks like a bat nose, right? A simplistic one. You know what I don't like? When they combine Christmas songs with Auld Lang Syne for New Year's. It's not New Year yet. Do the Christmas, then do the New Year's. Don't do them both. And that's pretty cool if your mom knew people that were associated with Al Capone. Now we can use the black. Time for the black. That's too much. That's better. That's gonna be an eyeball. Why is this one so crunchy? What's with this crunchy Christmas music? Yeah, but why is it gotta be crunchy? Also, the three is so it's we three kings, right? They weren't in the snow. Jesus wasn't born in a snowy place. We now have a crude eyeball. It's weird how you can just stab hair with a needle and it turns into a sculpture, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. It's kazoos. It's a kazoo song. Oh no. What have I done? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. I didn't know this was in this playlist. I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Holy shit. Oh god, yeah, I remember those screaming goat ones. The black of the eye spread out too far, so it looks too big. Now I gotta fix it. Or, I can just make the other one bigger. Yeah, that's one of the things about needle felted stuff is it's always kind of scraggly and fuzzy. You can You can trim off as much excess fuzz as you feel the need to, but it's always going to be like a little scruffy. Okay. Successful, simple bat head. To me. Maybe other people feel differently, but to me, it looks pretty cool. Now, we can stab some more stuff and create a body. Yes. Um, I am willing to stab things thousands of times for fun. So far it's just wool, but you know, who knows what the future holds. That's a joke, Twitch. For any moderators, it's a joke. thank you for the host berry. Needle felting, yes. I have a new manual focus camera and an arm mount for it, thanks to Gao, and so I am using it to do crafts. And I like to stab wool to make felt out of it. So I'm making a bat. Not my bat, just a bat. So we did the head. It's pretty simplistic, but that's okay. And now I'm doing the base for a body. Kinda like that. Kinda that size. This is gonna get a little smaller, but then I'm gonna wrap it in this brown color. So. Right now it looks like a baby that's all wrapped up. Like the Eraserhead baby. Uh-oh, it's been stabbed. This is my first one. This is my other persona. Gomi. This is not done. Gomi does not have arms. I have not made the arms yet. Also, there's supposed to be markings on the tail, and I haven't done that yet either. But... very quiet. I'm wondering if everybody fell asleep while I've been streaming. David Lynch had the Eraserhead baby opened up in the movie. Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen Eraserhead. Now I'm getting paranoid about accidentally stabbing one of my cords. So I hope that doesn't happen. That would be bad. Yeah, Eraserhead is... I think it's a classic film, but it is very much... just... much. Like, I will admit that it was unnerving for me at certain points, and I'm a big David Lynch fan, and it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. The cool thing about bat bodies is they're kind of flat. Like, they're kind of ovalish, but they're also kind of flat. Like, they're not perfectly round. So that makes it easier to make a felted version, because then I don't have to worry about making it like round and uniform. I can just kind of make it a little flat, and it's good. It's fine. This is roughly what we're going to be working with. This isn't dense enough, so I'm gonna keep poking it until it firms up a little bit. But it's gonna mostly be like this. And we're gonna make some wingies. We're probably not gonna make full size, although we could. But we are gonna make some wingies, and then we'll probably make some simplistic feet to go on the bottom. But I don't think we're gonna manage to do that during this stream. That'll probably be something we come back to next week. I am getting hungry. But yes, after stream, if anybody wants to see the needle felted Ito that I made, I will be dropping that in the Not Safe for Work channel because I cannot show it on Twitch. Although I am pretty proud of it. I did a pretty good job considering the medium I was using. I wonder, would there be a market for needle felted commissions of like your fursona, like in like a kind of like a chibi form? I did feel a pito. I mean, I could do not safe for work, but I was thinking safe for work ones, just like your character like this, except finished, you know, completed with arms and everything. Unless your character doesn't have arms, then we don't have to have arms. My only issue is, like, how would you ship those? Because they're pretty delicate. Like, you could wrap them in bubble wrap, but then they might get smushed. I do have a Discord. Can somebody do the Discord command for me, please? Thank you. The dick sword. Just a word of warning. My Discord is very shitposty. We do a lot of shit posting there. So if that is not your vibe, I apologize. Who I am, I can't help it. Then we have a nice little tampon of wool. It's a little too narrow now that it's gotten more dense, so I'm gonna have to fill it out a little bit. Uh-oh, what happened? What did Twitch do? What did Bezos do? Fight him. Fight him. We'll take him out back. And Twitch didn't like it? Didn't get caught by the auto mod. Surprisingly. Did, uh-oh, the bat head fell. Oops. Did Twitch, like, ramp up its like, profanity filters or something? Like, recently? This didn't seem to be a problem before. This must be part of their new, like, anti-harassment stuff that they were talking about in the Twitch town hall, like, the other week. It's not gonna help Twitch. It's not. It's not gonna help. Who really pays attention to these filters anyway? Also, what if there's somebody named Dick, right? And then it's like, oh no, that's sexually explicit. You can't say that. Like, that's messed up. Richard Hammer. Is Dick Van Dyke still alive? The last I checked, he was. But he's like ancient now, isn't he? Communism better not be filtered or prohibited from my chat, or I'm gonna be real mad. Especially with some of the things I've seen people post in chats on here. Like, I would be a little bit salty about that. $95, wow. Go him. Although, I mean, that makes sense. Like, the Dick Van Dyke Show was back in the 50s, right? And he was already, you know, at least in his 30s by then, I think. He broke his bones so many times, they healed and they were, like, actually stronger. So now he's, like, superhuman. Ooh, I just lightly stabbed myself in the thumb. Oh no. I don't know if it broke the skin or not, but I felt it. Nah. I don't think it's bleeding. But, you know, such is the hazard of using a sharp barbed needle to stab things over and over again. Alright, where is that brown roving that I used for the head? Found it. Someone create a way for me to scan needle felted sculptures into the computer and turn them into VR chat avatars. Like without me just, you know, plopping a texture on a 3D model. Just have me import this into the virtual world and then use it as a VR chat avatar. I would like that a lot. Like this, it looks kind of like sushi. Like the brown part is the meat or the fish, and then the white part is the rice. That Blue Lick Roadhouse world is so cursed. I love it. I love it so much. I actually hope that they never make a more refined version because I kind of like how janky it is. Yeah, it does have a very Silent Hill vibe to it, doesn't it? So basically with this one, I want to maintain some of the volume from the brown, so I'm not gonna stretch it all the way around. So I'm just gonna layer some on this side, and then I'm gonna layer some on this side, so it's it's a little more poofy. Now it just looks like a cat hairball again. I guess that's the problem with using this particular brown. That out of context, it looks kind of gross. This is unironically one of my favorite Christmas songs, even though I'm not, like, religious. I just like the way it sounds. Honestly, I kind of like the more, like, melancholic Christmas songs. I don't know if it's just because I'm a goth or what, but I always like them more. Like Carol of the Bells, like, since it sounds vaguely sinister, I like that one a lot. What is this? Oh, acoustic guitar Christmas. Cat hairball or owl pellet, you decide. Gonna needle felt things into the middle of owl pellet and then dissect it. I guess we've made it to the acoustic guitar section of this playlist. Oh, we got a little naked corner here where the white is showing through. They're cuddling. They're snuggling up. Disembodied Bathead and armless, melanistic Tanuki are cuddling. I think I will invest in one of those things that has the multiple needles, so I can do larger areas instead of having to stab like frantically to try to cover large areas. I wasn't sure about it because I was like, how often am I gonna do this? I'm making small things. I'm not gonna need it, but now I'm starting to think maybe I do need it. So I think I might pick one of those up for myself. Okay, so there is a body, and there is a head. So next would be wings, but I don't think we're gonna get to that tonight, because that is going to take some planning. Figure out how big we want the wings to be, how realistic we want the wings to be. Like, do we want them to be like proper bat wings that are kind of long, you know? Or do we want something more simplistic? And then we have to figure out the feet. And also a tail, if there's gonna be a tail. Probably do some neck fluff too. Neck fluff is always good. Maybe we can do that. I would say that this sort of test stream was a pretty good success. or how I'm gonna go about it. And I think we're gonna raid somebody and wrap it up for tonight, and then I will probably be back either Saturday or next Tuesday, depending on how the holidays go and how wiped out I am. So let's go and see